Hi, and welcome to this week's The Mortgage Broker broadcast. I'm your host, Craig Skelton, and last week we kicked off January by talking about habits and why this month shouldn't be about New Year's resolutions, but about choosing one habit and sticking to it. And now here we are, it's mid-January already, and this is the point where most people haven't failed. They just start questioning themselves. The motivation has disappeared, the excitement has worn off, and the voice in your head has started up again. Today isn't about motivation. It's about self-doubt because self-doubt is the quiet reason most habits don't last. And let's start with that. What self-doubt really is. Self-doubt isn't dramatic. It doesn't shout, it doesn't yell, it doesn't tell you to quit outright. It just gently whispers. It sounds like, what's the point? Or is this really making a difference? Or I've tried this before, or another one is maybe this just isn't me. And if those whispers start, the important bit is that self doubt doesn't mean you're weak or you failed. It means that you're stretching and challenging yourself. And if you're self employed, running a business or building something without a boss or a manager telling you what to do, you will feel self doubt more than most because there's no one clapping, no one cheering you on, no one giving you that pat on the back, no one checking in with you, and no one forcing you to show up. It's just you. So why does self-doubt kill habits? Well, most people don't stop the habit because it's hard. They stop because they start questioning whether it's worth it or not. And the moment you start debating with yourself, consistency slips. You miss a day, then another. Then the story in your head changes from I'm building a habit to I knew I wouldn't stick to this, and it's turned into the negative. And now the habit hasn't just stopped, your trust in yourself has also taken a hit. And that's the real damage of self doubt, not the missed workout or not the skipped structure or routine. It's the belief that I don't always keep the promises I make to myself, or I let things drift once the initial energy fades, or I stop when it stops feeling easy, or I don't trust myself to stay consistent. So let's move on to why confidence is overrated. And here, this is something that I firmly believe in. You don't need confidence to build habits, you just need consistency. Confidence comes after consistency, certainly not before. Waiting to feel ready or feel motivated is a trap. The people who win long term aren't more confident, they're just more willing to keep going when confidence drops. Habits are powerful because they don't just rely on belief. You don't have to feel amazing. You don't have to feel good and motivated. You don't have to feel certain. You just have to show up. Even when the voice says, this isn't working. And a good thing to do is one thing that does work is seeing habits as a safety net. I believe habits are a safety net. This is why habits matter so much in January. When motivation disappears or drops, habits carry you through. When confidence wobbles, habits ground you. When self doubt shows up, habits give you something solid to stand on. Your habit doesn't care about how you feel today, doesn't care about your mood. It just asks one simple question. Are you doing it or are you not? And every time you do, even if it's not perfect, you rebuild trust with yourself. And that's how self belief is formed quietly, repetitively, without all the fuss, without all the hype. So if you're listening thinking, I've already slipped, good, that is normal. But what you can do right now is just reset, go back to one habit, make it smaller, not bigger. Stop looking for results, look for evidence of consistency. Ask yourself, can I do this even when I don't feel like it? That's where progress actually lives. If this episode resonated with you, just take a moment to reflect on where self doubt might be quietly influencing your actions, not just in January, but throughout the year. And if you're a mortgage broker or business owner who wants to build better habits, stronger mindset, and a business that actually supports the life they want, then make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss future episodes. Next week, we'll build on today's conversation and talk about self motivation, where it really comes from and how to generate it without relying on willpower or external hype. And remember, especially at this time of year, don't compare yourself to others. Don't get distracted by what everybody else is doing. Run your own race. Thanks as always for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week.